Shalom, everybody. This is Universal Truth of Mankind. I am Dave, your host, and this is Future Forecast. So, if you watched my previous videos, I did talk about money, the evils of it. I also talked about the importance of family and so on and so forth. Well, pardon me. I am going to start on the same vein of thought, and that's this. I am often approached by people for charity reasons, usually from other countries, and they look for money. Oh, just give me $5. That's all I need, or this or that. And I know some people that I've known in the past felt guilty if they didn't give money to somebody. I remember a long time ago, a friend of mine was supporting somebody in Africa, and he asked me if I can help him because he wanted to figure out ways to get more support for him. And I said, sure, I'll be part of that. So I asked him, do you have any like photographs of the congregation he has and the people that he talks to and the people he helps? And he said, yeah, I got a couple. And he showed me a few. And I said, okay, well, that could be from anywhere. How do I know these are genuine? And in a conversation, it was mentioned that this person that he supports supposedly had a well that he dug for the people where they had no reliable water source. I said, great, get a picture of that. And so I had a chance to talk to this person. And I said, send a picture. We love to see a picture of this well. Wouldn't you know it? We never got a picture for that well. And I told my friend, don't support him. It's a con job. So he kept supporting him anyway because he felt he had a heart of gold and he should be supporting another person, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. So after that, I started really thinking about the idea of charity. Now, within Judaism, we're supposed to be prepared to give charity. We don't always do it, but that's what we're supposed to do. I know churches do the same thing. I remember one time I knew an individual who is a Christian, and I approached the church, and I said, there's this Christian here that is on dire straits. I've known the people for a long time, and I'm a testimony that, in fact, they should be helped. What did the pastor say to me? Oh, we don't help non-members. And I was like, well, I understand that, but I don't lie. These people could use some help. Nope, we can't help them. That's our policy. Okay, and that was the end of it. So that was like an opposite extreme. One was a con artist, and the other was like, no, you should reach out to these people, help them out. Back then it was cheap. For $20 to $40, you can give them a lot of groceries and say, just give them some groceries to help them out. Oh, can't do that. Not a member. Like, okay. That was the end of that. So we have to ask ourselves, what is a legitimate charity? What kind of charity should we be looking for? Well, as I mentioned in a previous video, that the family unit is being broken down on purpose. Ever hear the phrase, charity begins in the home? Begin in the home. What does charity mean? Does it mean money only? No, it can mean time and talent. Children need parents. Make time for the children. Love your children. Support your children. Don't worry about going to the soccer games and stuff like that. If you don't have the time to take them to soccer, that's okay. That's fine. Take them to the park. You take them to the park. As a husband and wife, take them to the park. If you're divorced, then both of you participate in helping to take those children out to help them out. It could be take them to the doctor if they need help. It could be taking them to, or it could be homeschooling them. There's another way. Homeschooling parents truly love their kids. Don't let the schools fool you when they say, well, homeschooling just a blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. No, homeschoolers, for the most part, are very serious about taking care of their children. They love their children and they do the best they can. Are they perfect? Of course not. But I don't know a school system that's perfect either. So I can keep my children safe. So charity begins in the home. Help the broken families get back together. Otherwise, we're really not making impact on this world at all. We have to clean up our own backyard first. We have to take care of our own personal business first. We have to take care of our responsibilities as parents, our families. I, as a husband, had to take care of my family. I, as a husband, even though my kids are old enough and at various times they've been in and out of the house, they come back, we're a safety net for them. We provide them for that. Yes, I had to sacrifice a lot of opportunities to become a wealthy person, as you probably heard in my other videos. But I gave it all up for my family's sake. Spend the time, help the family. Now, how else can you help the family? Well, think of a mom or a grandma. My grandma lived next door to me, and she was in hospice. And I remember the last 2 weeks of her life where it was obvious she's going downhill fast. Not only did I go over and spend time with her and talk to her, laugh with her, all those type of things, so did my kids. My daughter, my youngest, my daughter was about 10 years old. She was there till my grandmother passed. She held her hand. And to give you an idea of how close to death she was, I can see what was happening. She had the death rattle. And I leaned over to her here and I sang to her the Shema. Or chanted it, I should say. I chanted the Shema to her. And even though she was unconscious, she nodded her head and smiled. And it was soon after that she passed. And my daughter was holding her hand right to the end. She didn't freak out. And she said that she matured overnight from that experience. Not to mention, she said, you guys didn't put her in a nursing home. You refused to let that happen. I worked with nursing homes in the past, and that's why I will not deal with them. Not worked in them, but I worked enough in them. My wife worked in a nursing home for a while. She didn't like it either. She never went back. But we knew that the family stays together right to the end. No one should be put on the street. No one should be putting a nursing home. I know there's exceptions, people. I understand that there are exceptions. I realize that. But we stayed the course. And the children were elated that she finally passed with us, with her. I'd call up and say, okay, just letting you know, her time's very near. Get over here now. And all of us were present, including my mother, right to her last breath. And she was happy, meaning my grandma. That's charity. You could strike that up as charity. Cooking her meals, spending time with her. So your time, maybe making a special meal for her or meals. That's what my wife did. My wife's a great cook. She did that for her. We laughed together. We brought up old jokes. So that's charity too. We had to become a strong, cohesive unit that not even the government can break up. And us as a nation, us as a world will be a better place for it. Take care, everybody. I hope this helps you think things through and makes your life better. Shalom, shalom.